I am the Travancore Hub student representative of IEEE PS Kerala chapter. On behalf of IEEE PS Kerala chapter, I extend a warm welcome to one and all present here. Today we have gathered here for the How PES Helps B.Tech Final Years talk. It is the talk is presented by Ms. Sherin Cherian, the Membership Development Coordinator of IEEE PS YP Kerala. I now request Devi for the welcome address. Devi?
Nandakishore, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, good evening to one and all present here. I am Devika Muralidharan. I'm currently the Women and Past Student Representative of IEEE PS Kerala chapter. I hope everyone is safe and sound. So, LEAP, it's Leave, Learn and Lead, is a membership development initiative by IEEE PS Kerala chapter. So there are a lot of clusters which we have coordinated together, and the activities which they are primarily focusing on the members' technical education and leadership skill development. So all the activities are going fine, and our today's event is a common event, which is the session on how PES help B.Tech final year. So for this, we have a very special guest. So our guest for today is Sherin Cherian. She is the project coordinator and webcraft info faculty and the membership development coordinator of IEEE PSYP Kerala. She has been the publication chair of International Power and Energy Conference 2020, that is IPRCON, and she has been the secretary of IEEE SPCEK and also previously as the joint secretary of the same college and many more. She also has received the IEEE IAS travel grant of IEEE International Leadership Summit in 2019. And so, thank you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation. So, I would like to welcome you to the event. And now, I would like to welcome all the SPCs of the different clusters in LEAD from 1 to 8. So, with your support and what you're hosting, all the events you're hosting is the success of our event. Now, last but not the least, I would like to welcome each and every participant who came for today's event and to understand more about how PES help our B.Tech final years. So, thank you, everyone. That's all from my side. So, back to the moderator.
Thank you, Devi. Now I welcome our guest, Ms. Sherin Cherian, for the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I hope I'm audible, isn't it?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you so much, and a very good evening to everyone. Before starting my sessions, you can just few concerns from my side. That if you got any concerns or doubts regarding the topic that I'm discussing, or any doubts in any of the topics, or if you feel any difficulties in my internet connection or audio, anything, you just interrupt me and give me a notification that you're not audible, or my internet connection fails or kind of something. Okay, yeah, I think it is clear, and I'll Devi and Nandakishore, that's a very good introduction, and thank you so much for inviting as well. And very good afternoon, good evening to everyone gathered. So I'll move on to my presentation. So I'll be sharing my screen if that is okay. Just a moment. Could you please let me know if my screen is viewable?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So I'll be starting my presentation on the topic of all about IEEE PES benefits to final year students, not only final years, but for everyone, but especially final years, yeah. So I'll be starting with my presentation on a brief about what is IEEE and IEEE PES, the scope of IEEE, then the benefits of IEEE PES memberships. That if you got a IEEE membership, that's not enough. For certain topics we have to get to access, we need the IEEE PES membership or society membership as well. So I'll be discussing on the IEEE PES membership benefits, then its communities, project and activities, and membership dues as well. So starting, so everybody knows about what is IEEE. Yeah, we'll be hearing from the very front end when we get into the college. So from my experience, when I get into my college, the first thing I noticed there was a big billboards about IEEEs in my college displayed all over the sessions where we get the admission portal. So there will be mentors, sketch students, and as well giving us a introduction about what is IEEE and how the activities in the college is being part of IEEE, and there will be a great mentoring sessions further in it as well. So from the beginning of our first year, we will be hearing a lot about IEEE, and it is the largest technical professional organizations in the world, and it contains many more members, and about all the world countries will be participated in this IEEE. So coming to IEEE Power and Energy Society. So IEEE consists of many different technical societies, and one among it is IEEE PES, which is one of the leading and the strongest technological society. So we may hear in if you guys are mostly fourth year students, we'll be getting in touch with IEEE standards, I guess. So there are these kinds of IEEE standards will be available for these kinds of technology, kind of something we will be learned. And or I'm a computer science student, and I have a like whole module about IEEE standards where we'll be discussing about IEEE standards on different releases, kind of things. So most of the all the IEEE standards, and 45% of all the IEEE standards are from IEEE Power and Energy Society. So as the name suggests, the power, it relates to the power and energy sector, which is electrical field, but it is not, you can say that engineering is not related to one subject. We can say that it is related to every kind of engineering fields, which is maybe electrical, electronics, mechanical, civil, or whatever it is. Everything is correlated to each other. So as well as PES is correlated to each other, engineering departments, not only power and energy sector, but everything. So a very quick glance about the history of IEEE PES. It was formed in 1884, and then IEEE was formed in 1983. And first, the PES was known as the Power Engineering Society. So and after a couple of years, it changed the name to Power and Energy Society, which we use now. It was formed in 2008. So I'll be going very quickly on those sections as well. So from here, we can go for a detailed description and the study. So coming to IEEE PES membership benefits, we have publications, online resources, scholarship programs, and different volunteering opportunities. So coming to each and one of it, details. So here is a point where the B.Tech final year students or any B.Tech students can get more knowledge in from IEEE PES. We have IEEE PES magazines. You know, most of the students may have a student branch, IEEE student branch, and have a IEEE Power and Energy Society chapter in your college. So if you have the society in your college, you will be getting to know about the IEEE Power and Energy magazines, maybe. Like if you're a student who is exploring more about technology, its aspects in what is the future and the current technological development in the area of power and energy, you will be getting to touch with the Power and Energy magazines, I guess. It is a bi-monthly annual publications where you can get it in printed form as well as in digital form from the IEEE website. It consists of like recent technological articles, updates about what is going on in the world currently, like in the field of power and energy, smart grid, etc. So if you got a great opportunity to see these kind of magazines, like I know that you are not going to college now these days, or I guess it is started, right? So you will be going to colleges, you can see these kind of magazines, mostly in the library maybe, or if you got an IEEE room, they will be stored in the shelf maybe. Like it is the portions where we can keep this all kind of publications for references. So if you are a student who was very enthusiastic to know about the recent changes in the world or the updates that are going on in the world, you can go through these kinds of articles where, you know, it is not very difficult to read. You can say that in the magazine the language will be very difficult even though it is English, but in case of our IEEE Power and Energy magazine or electrification magazines, it is written very simple. It is understandable for everyone if you got a basic technical knowledge. I'll say that because anyone can't understand it. If you got any recent updates about what is happening in the world. If you're a student, of course you can know what is written in it. So it may help you in digging into so many research fields, and it also may helps in your B.Tech projects as well. So electrification magazine also is same kind of a thing, and it has also the recent articles and updates about the electrification technology. It is also available in print form and as well as in digital form in the IEEE's website. Oh, this is the place where we can get all the resources. As the name suggests, it is a resource center where you can get all the resources about the newest trend in the power and energy sector. I hope everyone have visited the IEEE's website. If you go to the IEEE's website, you can see in the header, we can see IEEE University, IEEE PES Center, and some kind of links and magazines, e-news, etc. So if you go to there, it just what popped up first in the screen in the IEEE website. You can just go and click on the resource center, and you can see a list of resources. I mean, what as the name suggests, it is the list of webinars or conference videos, slides, publications, webinar, etc. If you go and click there, if you can see a list of videos or classes with the title of the topic displayed. You can scroll down and search for the topics that you were interested. Just click on it. You can go to the inside page with a listing, and you can see their options. If you're an IEEE PES member, you can access to it very freely. If you're a PES IEEE member, you have to pay a little amount for it, and you can just check out from your account. Just log into your account, check out if you are a PES member. There won't be any fee for accessing those slides. Those slides will be helpful for your B.Tech project as well. If you got a project on, if you're willing to take a project on IEEE power and energy sector, like smart grids or any kind of a topic, and you can just go scroll in the PES Resource Center, find a topic that is good for your presentation. It includes the seminar as well. It is kind of a small portion where you are taking the seminar. So you can just go there and find a very good topic. Just if you're a PES member, just check out from the account as well. If you are not a PES member, there will be a fee for IEEE members, and there is a huge amount difference in for non-IEEE members as well. So that is one of the greatest benefits of IEEE PES. They will provide the resources at free of cost. You can get the resource, the conference videos, different slides, and they also provides webinars and plain talks and tutorials. Yeah. That will be in a duration of 3 or 4 days, or online sessions will be in a couple of hours, kind of in a weekly basis or a daily basis. You can just go and register there, and you can get notifications and an invitation link. You can just freely join into the courses and get to know about those kind of topics which you are interested. These all are available in the IEEE Power and Energy website. If you go occasionally to this website, if you find an interesting topic, just listen to it, and you get a lot of information from there, which can help in your B.Tech projects as well. So PES University is also the same. You can get educational credits from it. There is plain talks, webinars, and other web tutorials be presented in there. You can just simply go there and explore the sessions. Whatever you find, it's very good for your B.Tech final year projects can be applied to your projects as well. Coming to the scholarships and award programs, for the PES scholarships, as incentives are provided for Indian students, there are Indian scholarships. I guess it is completely dependent upon the JEE score that you have gained in the examinations. There are some cutoff where you have to gain certain amount of or certain marks in kind of examinations, and after that you can apply for these kinds of award scholarship programs at the very UG level. I guess it's should be applied at the first year of your engineering. So there are other PES student awards will be presented: Outstanding Student Volunteer Award, Outstanding Women in Power Student Volunteer, etc. Then we have HAC funding opportunities as the humanitarian activity fundings. If you got a very nice topic that helps the humanity or the nearby society, which makes you a better person, will say that kind of a funding opportunities can be given in the IEEE PES. Just opt on your thoughts, give the proposal very good, very neat, and if they find it very uh, useful to each other, then you will be surely getting a funding for that project, and you will be doing it as well. So that's a very great opportunity that PES provides, and we have member-driven initiative uh, concentrated for a PES member, and if you got just there will be a proposal for it, submit a proposal, and if you're eligible for it, you will be granted those amounts that you have requested. Then we have high performing student branch program. This will be a collective efforts taken in an year will be given to the high performing student branch across the globe. And we have travel grant programs. If there is a PS, we have Global Congress, and we have Sherin Cherian, who have went recently received this award, and he went for the student congress as well. So I've received the IEEE travel grant to IEEE Women in Leadership Summit at 2019 in Beijing, China. That was a great opportunity for me as well. So these kinds of travel grant programs will be notified in your emails. If you are a PS member or IEEE member, there will be a lot of emails coming up in your inbox. You have to check it regularly. Mostly people don't check their emails while concerns about IEEE. So there will be a lot of notifications about IEEE. So when I received my travel grant, everyone has a question on how do you understand that is a travel grant? There is a travel grant code. Have you notified it? Who have suggested you to apply? These kinds of information are solemnly related to your explorations in your inboxes. There will be notifications on the announcement has been made. You can apply for travel grant programs for these events. We will be missed out if you're not checking it properly, I guess. So those kinds of informations will be available in your inboxes via email. To see IEEE communities, we have IEEE Young Professionals, IEEE Women in Power, we have IEEE Smart Cities, IEEE Smart Grid, Smart Village, etc. So also we have networking beyond borders, started in 2014 in the World Student Congress, transforming students into better leaders. That is what happening in our PSYP as well. So we have IEEE PES Day. The students can be a global participant in IEEE PES Day volunteers in volunteering sessions as well. These are the opportunities for students where you can get a different volunteering experience. Yeah. So these are the events that has happened in the IEEE PES. We have the World Student Congress, we have IKPSSE, then one of the greatest PES events is we have to execute successful B.Tech programs. I remember in my fourth year of my college, I have also visited this program. It was conducted in RIT. So my colleagues and we have went into this program, and it is kind of a very useful program. That is one of the biggest successful events of IEEE PES Kerala chapter. So I also suggest everyone should go these kinds of events where you can get a wonderful resources, where we can get many aspects of doing how to do a B.Tech project, different levels of doing a B.Tech projects, and conducting seminars as well, how to get these kinds of resources from Google or something. You can have this, you may have to do the researches on Google and have to get these kinds of informations on. I hope everyone know about this scholar.google.com, which will be a place where you can find so many articles and publications type of informations just regarding the projects and recent technologies as well. Okay, then we have IEEE PES skills programs, IEEE one-on-one. Then these are kind of volunteering opportunities in PES student branch, chapter volunteering section programs, PES YP community volunteering, PES day volunteering activities, event ambassadors, then program and event organizing kind of things. And for the final year students, I'll recommend that while coming to a conference or coming to a paper, everybody's in a. I was when I was in third year that I was like, and I have no idea about how to do a conference paper or what is how is it possible for a student to write a paper in a conference of kind of doubts were always haunting me at that moment. So that is the time where we students organize a international conference and get to know about its working, how can we apply for a conference, how it is being selected, and how if you got selected, what are the other procedures that should be done. It's a huge task. I'll say it's a huge task. It's not a simple case of organizing a small event in your college or not organizing a 3 or 4 day program in between starting from 3 or 2 months. It's kind of it takes a little time. I'll say it take about 1.5 years to become at the day it or I'll say that the day will commence at the we do the conference for 1 or 2 days, but the preparations for the conference to be a successful one will be started from a certain months before or a year before. So I'll say our first international conference was held in October, but we started our program, our preparation from the previous year, like starting from September kind of thing. Once we got selected for organizing this conference, and the year before we have submitted the proposal for organizing a conference. It took 1 year for getting the um, permissions. Then after getting the permissions, we have to go to these and that kind of things. We have to do so many paperworks. We have to do so many other kinds of procedures where we are now as per students we will be very confused. No one in India have done this kind of activity as well, so we were very uh, confused at that moment. But there were uh, leaders who have helped us from Kerala session, and also the Kerala YP was very like young professionals very supporting at that moment of our organization, and we've done it. And I'll say that most of the students after submitting the paper, the students can also submit their paper. And if you're doing your B.Tech project and if you feel it, you can submit it any of the conferences around the globe. So I'll say if you're having a conference at nearby your college or in India, you can just simply there is a format for typing your converting it to a paper and study the procedure. Just write a paper about it. Like it doesn't matter if it is a small topic or a big one or anything else. Just give it a try. I'll say that. So the final year B.Tech students can prepare kind of a paper submission for any of the conference, submit the paper, getting accepted or not. It's a point I'll say, but if you put a lot of interest in writing the paper, that will be very grateful for your career. I say, for if you're going for a interview procedure, they will surely ask about how is your B.Tech project, and you can say that I also prepared a paper for my regarding my final project. If you got accepted, you can say that you got accepted and you got a great opportunity to present at conferences. Or else you can just say that I've prepared but unfortunately got rejected. That's not a problem at that case, but you have invested your time in writing the paper. Your effort will be always be valued at that moment. Also, I'll say that being an IEEE member doesn't mean that it will be a gateway for your career. If you should be a very active member of IEEE. If you want to get through your interviews, if you write, I'm an IEEE member in your resume. So if you don't know anything about your IEEE activities in your college or in your society in Kerala as well, there won't be much benefits for you in your career if you being an IEEE member. I'll say that I have I've been an IEEE member since 2016, And all of my interviews, everybody has asked me about my IEEE previous experience in volunteering, doing so many events, and organizing different activities. These kinds of informations in your resume will be very good. I'll say that I remember my interview was about 1.5 hours, and 1.5 hours we've discussed many different topics, and one of it was IEEE and how IEEE conferences I was being part of it, and how I did organized it kind of event. What your contribution? What they always ask is your contribution, not what the others has done or anything else. What is your contribution to it? So once you have contributed, as well as in final year project as well, it is a group project, and if you are a silent member of the project, there won't be any value in the interview as well. They will be asking questions about the different technical aspects of your project, and if you're not able to completely put words into it, there will be they will be asking you questions. What is your role? What have you done in this project? You have to explain it very briefly. If you didn't do that, it is obvious to them that you have not contributed much in your final year project. And selecting your final year B.Tech project is one of our greatest thing as well. Find new ideas, I'll say. Find new ideas in doing your B.Tech projects. You don't just replicate what anybody else have done in your previous college, or what your seniors have done, kind of thing, but do bring different ideas of your own. So these kinds of I'll say that PS Resource Center is one of the greatest place where you can get these kinds of informations. If you are lacking of um, recent technologies, you can find it in the PES magazines, PES electrification magazines. There are different updates on what are the technologies that are happening in this world right now, and you can explore to it and find different activities. And if you find it very interesting to do a research work on it, you can go through it and make it up to a project level, and you can do it. That is where you get an exceptional growth, I'll say that. So if you're doing kind of an activity, then submit the paper to any of the conferences, and if it get accepted, that's a very huge, it's not a simple task, but it's a very huge advancement in your career growth, I'll say. Also, you're in your master's degree as well. Also, we have IEEE PES. Coming to IEEE PES Young Professionals, I'll strictly say that IEEE PES Young Professionals Kerala, because I'm a part of it, and it focuses on the professional development of the students, I'll say. Once you become a young professional, you will be always focused on developing your career, your career growth. So how can I become a professional? What else have to be improved? What are the things I should be improved in organizing different events? Also, IEEE PS Kerala, IEEE YP Kerala is giving so many opportunities for students in their career growth sessions. If you got an opportunity, I'll say that there are weekly, we have conducting so many different activities for career development sessions. Different job opportunities will be uh, shared to you guys. Kind of different sessions will be here, organized by IEEE PES Young Professionals Kerala, and please get into these kinds of events and gain so many knowledge. And also networking, I'll say. If you got, so I'm giving you an example for a person named X who is studying in third year of college, and he or she knows a senior of who have passed out, and he's an active member of IEEE. He will be giving so many networking and also knowledge transfer to him, to the student X. So the student X will be giving so many knowledge transfer. He will be inputting so many kind of informations in different aspects and different updates. So he or she will be having a huge amount of growth in his or her development in as a student as well as a professional as well. So if you got a great opportunity for mingling with the PES Young Professionals Kerala, And if you got any confusions or concerns in any of the topics, whether it is IEEES or any of the societies, you can directly contact them and ask them about these kind of activities. What are the benefits, and how, if you can say that after fourth year you got an idea of doing a masters in abroad. There are PSYPs who have great connections to outside world and outside PS communities as well. They will be suggesting you kind of, oh, these kind of universities will be very good for your studies. If you're interested in going there, you can, and I'll ask them how is the procedure. They will be giving you so many inputs about how to apply for the courses out there, and get in touch with the other PES members outside the world. These kinds of informations will be transferred to you with the IEEE young professionals. So being in touch with them and being in touch with all the other senior members will be very grateful for you from your B.Tech student level as well. So these kinds of informations to be always to be put in your mind when you are at student level at B.Tech courses. So that's all that I have to say. And about the PS membership dues, we have full memberships and half year memberships. These are the costs for the memberships. If for the first year, it is free, of course. But the IEEE students and IEEE PS for half yearly memberships is open now, and it will be valid up to this December. So I guess it's time for a little bit chat. So if you got any confusions or concerns to be asked to me, can you please can unmute yourself, or please put in the chat box as well. So I will be stop sharing my screen for a second. If you got any questions on anything, please, you can ask me right now. Or if you got understood anything, you can say that as well. If you didn't understand what I said, you can just ask me to repeat it once again as well. Yeah. Got any questions? Yeah.
If anyone has any doubts, please do post it in the chat or unmute yourself right now, please.
So it doesn't mean that if it is a small question or if it is not related to these, you can also ask me, no problem. So apart from IEEE PES, you can also, I think you can get access to IEEE Spectrum as well in your college. So please do go through that kind of activities, like a weekly Spectrum talk, even if it is an offline session or if it is an online session. Please do these kinds of activities in your college that may empower one of your students at your college. That would be great if you can have a Spectrum talk each of the week. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Ajit. That was a very good message. And anybody having any questions on anything? So, if you guys have no questions, can move on or anything?
Are there any questions? If not, we'll move on.
So the coordinators can also ask me any questions, like if there is any clarifications needed in any of the four topics, you can just ask me as well. Okay, don't just feel free to ask. There is no problem, because I was also a student last
Yeah,
2
yes, ma'am.
years. Yeah, yeah.
You did say about the PES scholarships and regarding the JEE mains ranking. Can you just elaborate on that a bit?
Yeah, I guess that will be solemnly depend upon your JE rank as well. If you got a smooth or a good ranking in your the JE, so there will be scholarships at in the website. You can go and check it out as well, uh, because at the UG level, you have to start giving you their inputs, and there will be so many documentation purposes also there. So you have to submit those kind of activities and your scholarship or your mark reports there. Then if you got selected, you will be rewarded these kinds of amounts each year. So in for the international scholarship, there will be a cutoff for your not depend upon your JE, but your about in your schooling details. I think your schooling ranks is an important thing. At that cases, it is a pretty much high. I'll say that it is pretty much high. You need to get a better GPA above 4.5. That's approximately 9.2 or 9.3 in India. So those kind of rankings should be needed for getting those kinds of IEEE scholarship programs as well. Yeah. So any other questions on that? Also, I think you can have a great PSYP interactions in your colleges and in your student level. If you got any uh, YP members as your senior in your college, please do have a great touch with them. They will be helping you in getting so many knowledges about how their projects has been done, how they have done the projects in their colleges. I think the have to do B.Tech project program is passed, and most of the students have joined in as well. So if you got any confusions there as well, please do me know. I'll say that project assistance. Thank you for that question, first of all. Then project assistance is part of funding opportunities. It won't be giving you a great opportunity in your project, in your final year project. So I'll say if you are interested in doing a project which empowers the society, PES will be providing so many kind of funding opportunities there. I'll say about PES member-driven initiative programs. It is given to a member. If you're a PES member or a PES IEEE or an IEEE member, you can have these kinds of details. There will be a form. There will be a call for PES member-driven initiatives. At the call game, there will be a proposal to be submitted at PES. It is a 2 or 3 page proposal. You have to give certain amount of informations there, your name, your college details, and what is your proposal, how PES can help in that, uh, how PES members will be benefited if you are doing that project, how the society will be benefited, certain questions, and you will be requested to provide you the financial details there as well. What is the cost if you are doing that project? Yeah, okay. Those kinds of details will be it should be given, and the committee who cross-check the proposal will look into it, and if they see that this project is smooth and if this project is will be doing good for the society, they will provide the amount that you have put on the uh, proposal, and you will be notified as well in the email that you have received this member driven initiative. You have to submit the project report after doing this, and the amount will be remitted to your IEEE account in your college. So those kinds of support will be given from IEEE PES. And I think that clarifies your question. And I see another question in the chat box. Does being an IEEE PES member provide an upper hand while pursuing masters? Of course, you can say that being an IEEE PES member will be, if you are a PE or electronics or those field in your UG, there will be an upper hand for IEEE PES membership in the while pursuing masters as well. There will be different communities found around the globe. I'll say if you're going for a foreign university as well, there will be an upper hand if you are a PES member in that section as well. If you're going to Germany, there will be Germany section. So if you are an IEEE member, you can smoothly go into the German section, and you can be a part of the German section. There will be different activities in the German section as well. And also the students or the scholars or the professors will be an IEEE member from there as well. So there will be an upper hand in doing these kinds of being a part of IEEE is always be a upper hand in pursuing masters or any other degree that you're doing it right now. So yeah, of course, technical assistance. Ajit, thank you for the question. For technical assistance, you can always contact the IEEE PS young professionals. We have a different students who have students as well, volunteers who will be doing our IEEE members who will be technically well advanced in helping you in doing certain B.Tech projects, or not only B.Tech projects. If you have any other ideas on prototyping any of the development, there will be assistance for you. As you can directly contact me on that cases if you don't have any much resources with you. You can just directly contact me and ask me, I have to do these kinds of events. Do you know any of the resources who will be helping me to or assisting me technically if I want to do this project? Yeah, I'll be pointing out some of the names that you may need, or they will be very helpful for you in doing that project as well. So funding opportunities will be given as well if the project valued, or there are different competitions that have handled by IEEE PES and IEEE Young Professionals. Please submit your proposal there, and if your proposal is valid for giving up funding opportunities, you will be received that funding as well. Also, for technical assistance, you can call me or any of the PES Young Professionals that you know. They will be giving some list of names where you can get technical assistance as well. Yeah. Please do let me know if I'm clear from my end as well.
Are there any more questions? If there are no more questions, then we'll move on to the next. So I hope everyone understood what Ms. Sherin had shared for us. Now I request Muhammad Rashid for the vote of thanks. Rashid?
Yeah, thank you, Andeshur. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, it's really a wonderful session, and I hope everyone got a clear picture about the benefits of IEEE PES. Moving on to my role, on behalf of IEEE PES Kerala chapter, I express my heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Sherin Cherian, Membership Development Coordinator of IEEE PES Young Professional Kerala, for your effort to take a session on how PES helps B.Tech final years. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for guiding and enlightening the participants with your wonderful interactive session.
Okay,
And
thank you so much. Yeah. Please do
yeah,
carry on. Yeah.
it's our pleasure to be with us, ma'am. And finally, thanks to all the participants who gathered here. Once again, thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you for all the participants who have listened to me as well. If you got any questions, you can directly contact Rashid or any of the organizers, and they will be giving me you the number if you need any assistance for technical or non-technical, or if you got any questions on how to in any of the topics related to IEEE or any other things, you can directly contact me, not any problem. So I was also being a student. I've also gone through these kind of stages as well. So please do feel to contact me as well if you got any questions or confusions. Okay, thank you so much. Have a very wonderful night to everybody. Thank you, organizers, for giving me this opportunity as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, please do see the chat board for if you got any confusions as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining.
Yeah, thank you all. All are kindly requested to fill the feedback form